What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is Monday, June 9th, 2025, and we are back with another live here on the Torian Brain Reloaded channel. If you have not done so already, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell twice to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. And if you are new to the channel, I'm glad that you are here. Shout out to all the mods, shout out to all of the members, and shout out to everybody over on Patreon. And if for whatever reason you cannot catch this live in real time, shout out to the replay gang. And we are back with another live Triple P. I'm trying to think when was the last time I did a live Triple P. It's probably been a little while, but of course it has not been long since I've done a Triple P period, and whether live or pre-recorded. And let's see, who do we have in here today so far? Hacksign KT, Reparations Nation, Hurricane Nisi, Kid Gravity, Wallow J, SD Johnson, Brother Man to You, Raging Woody, Anita Harrell, The One LVZ, who's Gregory Stevens, Sun Goddess. Who else we got in here? Tawana, David, Sovereign Black, Panther Strike, Tanisha, Nini 64, Jerry Bedford, A.E. Norton, and David Joseph. What's going on? I'm glad that all of you all are here. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so, hit the like button. So today we're going to be talking about how Trump was right about y'all. And by y'all, I mean his supporters. And by what I mean, was he right about? That they're not that bright. So while this Triple P is going to be on a singular person and is going to be the person that you see in the picture, what is going to be said can apply to a vast majority of his base. Like, it's not like it's just down to one person. It's across the board. And like KG said in the chat earlier, y'all were warned, but you didn't heed the warning. And see, the thing is, y'all got caught up in the pomp and circumstance of everything leading up to the election that y'all wasn't paying attention to what policies he was bringing. But like I and many others have said, all y'all voted for was deportation, illegal immigration, and the economy. Well, it's funny because we're talking about the economy, and now their personal economy is now being affected. So without further ado, because it's not going to take me long to get through it, because the video is coming from CNN, and it's only about 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So we're going to see what is going to be said in this video from this individual right here. I already got kind of a transcript of what he's going to say. So for those of y'all who may have not seen it, get prepared to hear why he called his base not that bright.
CNN's John King is still here at the desk with me, but he just came back from Allentown, Pennsylvania to hear how voters see things today.
Oh, and by the way, this is Allentown, Pennsylvania, the same place he went to during his campaign last year where that incident happened. I'm not going to say exactly what, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Lehigh Valley is a blue-collar battleground. Reminders everywhere of America's manufacturing glory days and of today's big economic challenges. ProDart is a small family business. Todd Harder, the boss. His parents among the workers, trying to keep things going.
So we're kind of slow right now. The money's tight. People are complaining that the rent's really high in a lot of places. Just the cash flow isn't there. So I think everybody's starting to become a little more conservative on spending right now.
Gee, I wonder why.
Just a handful of employees now, 14 when business was better. Harder voted for Donald Trump. Here's him promise tariffs will bring a new manufacturing boom.
All you can do is laugh at this. KG, I hope when I drop the link that you definitely are one of the ones that come up and speak, because this is your area of expertise right here.
But sees the opposite so far.
My generation right now, it's not going to impact, it's going to hurt us. But in the future, for the next generation, it might possibly help them out. But it's impacting the people that are here now, today. You know, that's my thing.
In a not good way.
In a not good way.
This is Pennsylvania's 7th Congressional District, Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton. more rural as you head north and west. Trump won it narrowly last year, and voters like Harder also helped flip the House seat from blue to red.
Wait, what did that flag say? Hold on. What did that flag say? It's blowing, but I think it says even my dog hates Biden. I had to go back because I was like, what is that thing? But the wind was blowing, but I think that's that banner, that flag says even my dog hates Biden.
Flip the House seat from blue to red. But Harder isn't sure he will vote for the new Republican congressman again. Not sure he will vote at all. He is 55, but had never voted until this past November.
Wow. And here I am thinking that what's his name? That ramen noodles was bad with him voting at the time that he did. They said this guy is 55 and never voted in an election until this past election, as in the one that just happened last year when he was what? I'm guessing I don't know if he turned 55 last year or if he just turned 55 this year. And this is his first time voting. And so you mean to tell me in the first time you ever voted in your life, which means you have missed out on a lot of elections to vote in. The first one you vote in is the one that's hurting you the most. SD Johnson said he should have learned why we voted for. Well, that's the thing. Well, see, SD Johnson, we know about the couch. They're up there in Allentown, PA. They don't know about the couch. I'll put it that way.
You have.
Oh yeah, Tawana, I think we can pretty much narrow down why he voted for Trump. I think we can narrow that down.
Man on man kissing and everything else and all transgenders. You didn't have that before. You know, there is a God. I'm Catholic. I was just so disgusted. This is going back to the thumbnail when I said Trump was right about them. He's giving you the reasons of why he voted for Trump. Let me run that back. And everything else and all transgenders. You didn't have that before. You know, there is a God. I'm Catholic.
What did he mean they didn't have that before? Does he not know the president that basically allowed same-sex marriage in his second term before Trump's first term? This guy must have been living under a rock for these last few years. Yes, Miss Nisi, he's Catholic and he believes that there is a God. I'm surprised he didn't go with the usual thing of I'm a Christian, because you know they love to peddle around them being a Christian.
Catholic. I was just so disgusted just how everything is in this world. You know, it's just going to crap.
You going to stay?
Am I going to stay in America?
You're going to stay as a voter?
If I feel that things are running properly, yes. If I don't.
Wait a minute, hold on. He just asked him, was you going to stay as a voter? And he says he feels if things are running properly, but you're on here complaining that your livelihood and your finances are being affected because of these policies for a man you just voted for the first time ever. I mean, as far as voting, period. But he said, "I'm gonna stay as a voter." This is what I mean when I say blind loyalty, and many of them have it, where you will literally vote for somebody because they sound good or they say things that you like to hear instead of what you need to hear, without asking any question. You just, oh, I'm gonna go vote for them because so and so. You don't do that. That's exactly why I'm registered as an independent right now. Exactly, KG. MAGA is not promoting small businesses. Guess what this guy has? A small business. If your business is not registered in the Fortune 500, they ain't checking for you. If you're not Amazon, Walmart, Target, or any of these other big corporations, McDonald's, Burger King, anything like that, they're not going to push you if you want the opportunity to get pushed. But guess what? If you're a small business, you don't even have that opportunity. You got to push yourself. And guess what? With the policies, guess who's affected first and the most? There you go.
see anything changing, then it really doesn't matter what my vote is.
I just think that I now have a way of helping.
Michelle Rios is on the other side of the MAGA culture wars. She helps run a DEI program at a local college. Helps.
You know, they probably don't like her. They said she runs a DEI program, and look at it, that's a white woman. What have we told y'all about who benefits the most from DEI? Her. People like herself.
Students with questions ranging from financial aid and tutoring to rumors about immigration crackdown.
Coming from a immigrant household, being a first-gen student.
Oh, never mind. Her last name is Rios, and she says she comes from an immigrant household. I mean, this woman is checking off all the boxes of the type of people they don't like. She better be careful.
Being a woman of color, being Latina, I know that my purpose is to serve, and so it really is a struggle when there are things preventing that.
Rios worries about funding cuts for DEI programs and also to nonprofits she works with in the bustling Latino community here, like this food bank.
And it just instills fear, and I think that's essentially what the last few months have done to people.
If you had 1 minute with President Trump, what would you say?
I don't think I would want a minute. And that's just being honest. There's a lot of things that come to mind, but I just don't think I would know where to start.
And I'm glad that they show in 69 Cans. I'm glad you said that. You said white women and immigrants have always been the beneficiaries of affirmative action in DEI. I'm glad they actually showed her, because you know when they would notice lately, you haven't really been hearing DEI being pushed like that. But when they did push it, they kept trying to project that on the Black people a lot, but you never saw the proof of Black people being the beneficiaries of DEI. This woman right here is an example of what DEI is. Now, of course, if she was a white woman, then that would have been like right for the picking, because they benefited the most from affirmative action and DEI. But I noticed they try not to put a lot of white women out there too, because that would be too much like right.
She
was a student in Trump's first term.
Doc Spencer said, "Why she didn't mention the Black and brown?" And I'm glad she didn't, because there isn't one. In theory, that sounds okay. On paper, it doesn't mean a thing.
And says she was constantly on edge. She is trying to stay more calm now, trying to better understand the big jump in Trump's Latino support here.
It has to do a little bit with like Latino culture. Sometimes we, don't want to see, women in a certain position, or talk to someone that can help you understand information, but not leaving it up to social media, because I think that's also what made a big difference.
Do you have gym or art?
Family time is what Gerard Babb cherishes most. Babb works here on the Mack truck assembly line. Mack is one of the area's largest employers and says as many as 350 layoffs are coming soon. Babb is fairly low on the seniority list.
Low on the seniority list. That means low on the seniority list, first to go. That's what that means. If you're not near the top, or at least halfway, that means your job is in jeopardy. That means it'll be nothing when it's time to make those cuts. It'll be nothing to chop you off at the bottom. Nothing. It'll mean absolutely nothing. So it's almost like you got to wake up every day and pray that you still have a job. Like, imagine having to be on edge like that, worrying about your employment, and you have a mortgage, you have maybe car note payments, you got maybe rent depending on where you live, you got bills. And you got a family, which means you have kids. And if you have multiple kids, that's like multiple bills. And then you got to worry about if you're still going to have your job. And then you voted for the guy that could be the one that his policies are the ones who can potentially snatch that job away. What up, Scoop? Yeah, you're a little bit late. We're almost done with the video.
I was at 171 when they first announced. Now I'm at 218.
All right, so
woo! Y'all hear that? That's the list. That's the number list, y'all. He said he was at 171 and he dropped down to 218. That's a pretty interesting fall.
You're trying to get to what, 350?
At least if I can get above 350, it'd be perfect. But as long as past 250, I have a chance.
Babb doesn't regret his vote for Trump, but he thinks it could cost him his job.
See what I mean? You hear what he just said? He says he doesn't regret his vote for Trump, but he's worried that it could cost him his job. What kind of sense does that make? And this is what I mean when, again, going back to blind loyalty. A lot of those individuals who voted for this man cannot bring themselves to hold him accountable when he messes up. Remember when I was talking about little tiny Terry, and it was a post that he made up on Twitter talking about that he's going to support Trump no matter what. And I said to myself, this is that blind loyalty that I'm talking about. You cannot bring yourself to hold the person you voted for accountable when they mess up. But let that have been someone, quote unquote, from the left, they would have been doing it hand over fist all the time. Because the thing is, they don't want to have the dissatisfaction of being wrong or saying that they made the wrong decision. I'm like, is there some kind of a club that you're a part of? Did you sign a blood oath before you made that vote? Are you afraid that your soul might get snatched away if you go against the grain? Now, albeit a lot of people ended up holding Obama accountable after he left office, but that was a wake-up call to especially a lot of Black people of how to vote and how to look at policies correctly instead of doing the blind loyalty thing. Because let's be real here, back in 2008 and even in 2012, there was a lot of Black people that held blind loyalty to Obama and did kind of the same thing. But something like a light bulb went off, a switch went off, and it was like, okay, now we really got to pay attention to this thing. And now I think a lot of more Black people are starting to get it. Still have some ways to go, but as you can see right now on the other side, they're literally doing the same exact thing Black people were doing with Obama back in 2008 and 2012, the exact same thing.
I only like playing.
Definitely with the tariffs, I believe they played a part. I think that, yeah, Donald Trump could have had a little bit more finesse instead of using like a blanket policy over everything. So,
but that's what you voted for, though. Now, with what this guy just said, if he really paid attention, then he probably would not or would have thought twice about voting for him. But the thing is, even with him saying with what he just said, at the end of the day, he still voted for this man. So now you're stuck with that. He had the option of not even voting. He could have just sat the election out. And then, if this still ended up happening, he said, well, I didn't vote for either one because neither side spoke to me. So somewhere in all of the celebratoryisms, I know that's not a word, all of that was going on last year leading up, that attracted you to him. It's almost like you didn't listen to anything this man said, but you still voted for him anyway because it was Biden Harris bad, Trump good. That's what a lot of them heard, and that was the goal. Let's make ourselves appear like we know what we're doing, and that's all we'll have to do, and they'll vote for us. And it worked like a charm.
So 4 months in, how would you grade Trump?
I'd give Trump right now a B+. I want
a B+. That's a pretty high grade for someone who could possibly lose their job under his policies. And for someone who says that, it could cost you your job. But then again, he said, I don't regret my vote either.
want stuff to happen right now. But, I understand that the gears of Washington move very slow.
Too soon, he says, to think about the midterms.
It's very stressful that I'm going to be out of work in the near future because I want to provide for my wife and kids.
Well, there it is, y'all. He came to the conclusion and he said it in definite words that he's going to be out of a job in the future, but he doesn't regret his vote, and he gave him a B+ as far as a as his grading scale goes. He gave him a B+. That's a pretty high grade. Like, he gave him a grade of something that let me rephrase this. You're going through what could be a crisis shortly rather than later, and you still gave this person a high grade. Again, they can't bring themselves to completely hold him accountable. They can't. That blind loyalty won't allow them to do it.
Tired.
Much more important worries front and center. Interesting there, Dan, to hear two Trump supporters be skeptical about his promise of a very quick manufacturing boom. So it's worth watching as you head into the midterm.
They believe that. See what I mean? They actually believe that this was going to be something that was quick. Are you for real? Nothing ever happens overnight. And that doesn't matter who's in office. Nothing ever happens overnight. The only thing that Trump did overnight that actually did happen overnight was him pardoning all those people involved with January 6th, because that was easy to do. That he did do overnight, literally overnight. Like, that was one of the first things he did when he got back in that office, was he pardoned all them people that was involved with January 6th. Did they really think that this right here that they're talking about was going to happen just as fast as that did? That was nothing for him to just sign some papers, make a couple of phone calls, and boom, them people are out. That's easy. To do something like this overnight would be insane. That takes a lot of time to do.
That district has all of the big questions in American politics. Will Trump keep, or can Democrats make progress with those blue-collar workers? The Latino vote there, Trump support went way up. Democrats have a huge problem there. It's a fantastic district. If you just want to sit in one place for the next 2 years and get the economy, get at demographics, it's Pennsylvania 7.
Yeah, really interesting people.
All right, y'all. So that was the end of the video. And really, there's nothing else to it besides that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is drop the link. That was the only video attached to that. I tried to see if it was anything else, but that's the only thing related to the actual topic itself. So the link is right there in the chat. Oh, KG said November 3rd, 2026. If y'all don't know what that is the midterms. That is the midterms next year. And I have a strong feeling that MAGA will have dissolved either on that day or by that day. I'm going to cross my fingers and say, hopefully, by that day. Okay. Oh, first person up, of course. Wallow J, what's going on?
What's going on, Tori? What's going on, everybody in the chat? I had to go for a walk to listen to your stream, but it is what it is. These folks won't. It's just their pride won't bring them to criticize that man. I don't know what it is so bad, but it's like, we voted for him. I'ma stand by him. I'm a strong ass white man. Yeah, USA, all that other bullshit. Like, damn, y'all. It's like they are so scared of criticizing that man. They feel like they gonna get shot or something. Like, the hell you clapping for? Oh, anyway, he just threw me off with the clapping. But anyway, these folks, man, it's just their pride and their ego will be that's to me. Their pride and their ego will be their downfall. They're so happy that man in office, yet he don't do nothing. Black folks had to learn through Obama that, yeah, some of this stuff ain't good just because of the skin color. They'll figure that out. It'll take them after 2028 to figure that out, but they'll figure it out soon enough. And I'll land my plane there.
Appreciate you coming up, Wallow. All right, next up we got AW1. What's going on?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Yeah, all I can say is this, man. I mean, a lot of this stuff ain't our fight. At least we got it. We're starting to get our stuff together finally.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting our own battles.
Yeah, just like even off topic, thinking about what's going on out there in LA. I'm so glad that I'm not seeing a whole bunch of black people. Oh, I'm just glad that I'm not seeing a whole bunch of black people out there getting involved with that. I said, let them do that. Let them have that. Don't get involved, because guess what? If you do, guess who they're coming after first? You stand out like a sore thumb.
Right. That's not our, I mean, nothing against, like, I'm cool with Latinos and stuff, but at the same time, yeah, that's their fight. Don't come to, because like a lot of them will tell us the same thing. Oh, that's not our fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because you look at, I'm gonna give you a little history. Back in the like 60s and 70s, the first black mayor, he did stuff for every other group. And guess what? He didn't. And guess who he didn't do nothing for?
The black people there.
Exactly.
As you can see, not much has changed for a lot of people.
Nope.
That's why whenever I talk about Marion Barry, I always like, he was like a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I'm gonna land there, Torian. You keep doing your thing, man. Be one,
Okay,
stay woke.
Decent. School said, I bet not see one FBA out here with the Latinos. Oh yeah, I forgot, Scoop. You are out there, so you in the thick of it. Like, I'm sure you are seeing all of it. As a matter of fact, I reached out to some people that I know out there. Was it yesterday? I think yesterday, asking how everything was out there, and they said it's whatever you see on the news, it's worse in person. And I said I can believe it. All right, next up, we got Jonathan.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on?
Chilling.
So you on the clock today?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm on my lunch break. So I just wanted to say that this is laughable what I just heard, and you know what I'm saying. It's really sad that you want to you're trying to give this man all the credit all as possible. Y'all just as fine why y'all voted for this man and y'all still doing some dumb stuff. Like why are like how you gonna give someone credit after they like are the reason you're gonna lose your job?
Like I
How
said, it's that
simple?
blind. Like I said, it's that blind loyalty. And then this is also another reason why people be calling MAGA a cult right now. Not just this specific reason, but one of them. It's like, it's almost like one of the things like blink once for yes, blink twice for no. Like, it's almost like we're gonna have to do one of those things.
I'm telling you, I've been y'all people been saying for years it is cold like the stuff that Trump supporters been doing for years. That stuff is cult behavior, man. You can like a you can like a president without being terrorists and terrorizing others. We can like another president, but we're not gonna go to your platforms or anything involving Trump and start talking noise and start doing this and that. It's the same thing. It's not. It's the same thing when Caitlin Clark fans come to our Angel Reese platforms and we're trying to like cheer up Angel Reese and these Caitlin Clark fans comes in. They, they come up here and just cause of yeah. Anyway, this stuff was
Yeah, I
yeah.
understand. It's a lot of distractions around you. I can tell. Like, you barely get your thoughts out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. Um, it's no different from the Caitlin Clark fans coming onto Angel Reese platforms and start terrorizing us and by down talking to her. Like they do it 24/7, and claim that she did it to herself. When it's like, no, y'all just evil and hateful like that. Y'all just won't admit it. So y'all come up with another way to blame. Y'all privilege allows you to do it. And then what hurts me more, the black Caitlin Clark fans do the same thing. Like they do not realize that they will be the first ones to be thrown under the bus if once everything starts to crumble down over there. Just like the black Trump supporters. If everything goes down, everything goes crumbling down on the Trump support for the Trump side. The first thing they're gonna do is blame the black Trump supporters and throw them under the bus. And guess what? They either kicked out, and all alone in the desert, or they're hung from a tree. And I told them that. So, you know what I'm saying? That blind loyalty is going to get them, you know, thrown out, out in the bushes by themselves. CJ Pearson, Terrence Gay Williams, they're the perfect example. They're going to be thrown out in the open alone, not knowing why, because that blind loyalty got them like that. And I'm going to let my plane right here because I'm hungry as hell.
Okay, all right. Appreciate it. Okay, appreciate you coming up, Jonathan. All right, let's see. Who do we got up here next? KG. First off, KG, if you're still in the chat, I would definitely love for you to come up and speak. But let's see. Oh, y'all know what time it is.
Heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Good evening, Miss. First off, Miss Niece, before you get into anything, like where have you been at? Like I didn't know where you was at. I was asking, I was like, is Miss okay? Because I hadn't seen her in my chat. I didn't see you in Afro chat. I was briefly in Alpha chat, and you weren't there either. So I was like,
darling, I've been in all three of the chats. I don't always have anything to say in the chat, but I'm listening.
Okay, so you was lurking.
No, I was not lurking. I said I was listening. Good evening, boo-boo. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Isn't it a glorious time to be FBA?
All day, every day.
Amen.
24/7, maybe 25/8.
Hey, this is what I have to say. Short and sweet, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
You stupid motherfuckers, you got what you got. Oh well. I'm sitting on my couch, eating my popcorn, drinking my drink, watching this shit show. I'm out, baby. Have a good one.
You too. Shout out to Miss Nisi for coming up. KG said come up last. Well, when right now it's nobody up here. So if you want to click the link, I'll post it again just in case you don't see it. But yeah, they did get what they get. Hey, we like KG said, we tried to warn them. Scoop said that the Denise Scales fire is intro is fire. Oh yeah. I said I had to come up with something specifically for her because she be going in sometimes. And I said that's the perfect clip to play. Like that was the first thing that dropped in my mind when I thought of her. When I started calling her Hurricane Nisi, I said I gotta find a firestorm clip. And that one came right on time. All right, let's see who we got up next. Oh, our resident political analyst, KG. What's going on? Well, he got still up here today. I'm wondering why though. This is not an ASMR.
We were told, drill, baby, drill.
I'm laughing because they used to kill me with that one, with that drill, baby, drill.
We were told that we were going to be energy independent. We were told that if you vote this man in, we're going to have a booming economy the first day. We were told this man was going to end the Ukraine-Russia conflict in the first 2 days. We were told that grocery prices were going to drop the second day in his office. We were told that if you put him in there, that the entire world was going to unite against the Americans, and Trump was going to be the one that was going to settle everybody down. Everybody was going to make money. They were taking money out of our pockets. He was going to go over there, organize these tariffs, and we were going to make all this money, and everybody was going to boom. We were told this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did I not tell these a-holes in September that none of this was going to happen?
Yeah, because like I was just saying, he told them what they wanted to hear. He told them whatever it was to tell them in order to get their vote. And it worked. Remember, this guy is a businessman, albeit he has a lot of failed businesses, but he's a businessman at the end of the day. So he knows how to finesse people. And he finessed y'all, and y'all still can't bring yourselves to say that he was wrong on a lot of things. A lot of things. Like I said, the only thing he did overnight was get them those J6ers, as they call them, pardoned. That's the only thing he did overnight because that was easy to do. That was real easy to do.
And he broke a campaign promise because he said he was going to look at it by case.
Exactly. You're right about that. He did say he was going to do that. And I think that JD Vance had came out and said that that's what he was going to do. And they all got so mad at him about that. And then all of a sudden, what happened with the next day? They were all out.
And what happened the week after?
They all started going back to prison because they had other underlying criminal records.
This is what we were told for 3 years. And here we are, and your president, MAGA, sold out your future and your kids' inheritances to Japan. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Pennsylvania. Y'all got a good sandwich over there, but y'all got nothing between your ears, which is crazy because y'all make sandwiches with good ingredients between bread, but y'all ain't got nothing between your ears. Y'all cheered that man working a deal with U.S. Steel with the Japanese, and none of y'all said this is crazy. Why are the Japanese in charge of steel production? Not now one of y'all. You know what? You deserve everything you get.
And this is only the beginning.
Oh, wait till that AI really kick in.
We still got what is it? June now? We still got what 3.5 years left. It's gonna be a long 3.5 years too.
No,
and the midterm and the midterms is next November.
November the 3rd. MAGA's gonna die that day.
And it's gonna be glorious. Oh, he's on the same wavelength
because you know me, I'm gonna be streaming that day. I don't care where I'm working, I'm streaming that day.
I don't know if you saw, but I had made I put a poll up on Twitter asking, when MAGA dissolves, which faction of MAGA will get hit the hardest? I said, will it be Black MAGA or Latino MAGA? Most people said Latino because, you know, they could possibly get deported. I mean, look what's going on right now. So that I can actually kind of agree with. But at the same time, I wouldn't have been upset if it was an even split, because they're both going to dissolve, and they're going to dissolve faster.
Here's what Black MAGA going to do. Black MAGA going to start acting like conservatives. They're going to act like they was never in it.
Oh, that's going to be hard for them to do.
Because, no, they're gonna pull it.
I know they're gonna pull it, but the thing is, the internet never forgets.
Yeah,
we're gonna see they basically left a whole digital paper trail from 2016 to now, and still ongoing. We see all your stuff. Like there's no way you're going to be able to run for cover when this thing is all said and done.
Yeah, the only reason why I don't say them Cubans because he's gonna try to deport them. But again, they don't listen. They sent your data, my data, your data, everybody in the chat's data. MAGA, your data is in the desert right now, on a whole nother continent, and you have no access to go get it back. Y'all kept talking about all these rich Republicans and these rich conservatives and how great they are. And all of a sudden they get next to Trump and start twisting that man. Now y'all talking about y'all don't even recognize who he is. Whoa.
We knew who he was. And the thing is, exactly, they knew who he was too, but they didn't care.
Y'all got worked by a salesman. Y'all elected a salesman to be your president. I don't even call him an actor. Because at least an actor, you know they're faking. A salesman will lie to you for profit. And that's exactly what this man is doing. By the way, Israel's still bombing. I thought he was supposed to stop that. Right.
You know what's going to end up happening too? When MAGA does finally dissolve, I'll ask it. When MAGA does dissolve, will I'm going to call them the MAGA refugees at that point, will they actually go outside or are they going to stay inside?
What is my motto?
They don't. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to make sure I get it right. They don't want to say the country. They just want to be celebrities.
It's a Monday.
They don't want to say the country. They just want to be celebrities.
Most of them are heading to Hollywood.
Oh, that's laughable. I mean, I know they're going. I know they're going to make that. They're going to make that track over there, you know, to see if they can garner some fame. Because the thing is, they couldn't get it otherwise. So they're like, oh well, this is done. Let me go try my luck over here. Ain't nobody going to want to work with you over there. They probably already know you're coming.
But a lot of them are going to rescind that, man, and Hollywood's going to accept it. Because now they got insiders.
Yeah.
There's going to be a documentary, I promise you, in 2027, why I left MAGA. And all our favorites are going to be in there.
Or a book.
Now, see, these idiots don't read or research, so they're not gonna crack that book. They're not gonna crack
you got
that
a point
book.
there. You got a point.
It's gonna be on film, and I'm telling you, the Most High, Lord willing, he keeps me on this earth till then. I will be streaming it. I will risk the copyright, and we will be laughing because I just want to see the booster seats that they give Pancake Critter when he when he has to talk.
Oh, speaking of him,
Speaking
of him, I saw the post in which you replied to him on recently. I think it was like a couple days ago.
I
forgot what he said.
Well, I got him today too because he said something about Newsom putting out he's trying to take back control of California, and he was like, "You shouldn't be doing that." I was like, "Yeah, it's called a militia, sir. That's literally what he's trying to organize. That's in the Constitution, but he's stupid." I mean, every time he does a political post, it just crates and nobody cares.
Right.
And now he's doing rants. Bro, you got to see these rants he's on now. I think he broke him.
And also reposting old like imagery and footage like that, one of him doing that weird looking dance.
Right. Now he's not an illegal immigrant no more. All right, dude. He missing.
What was that? I think we lost KG to the Okay, I thought we lost you to the Matrix.
Oh nah, I'm just testing out my new modem.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta show the family that second link. You gotta show it to them.
Oh, because he on there talking about what's going on out there in LA.
Yeah, and he don't even make sense.
And he always got to start off something. He always got to start off saying excuse my language, like he don't be cussing all the time. No need to say excuse my language now. We know you be cussing.
Yeah, just cuss.
Right. Don't have to say excuse my language. And the thing is, I can hear him right now when he says, "Excuse my language. Fair warning, don't watch this video if you have sensitive. Get the hell out of America." That's how I bet that's how he sounds without me having to press play.
Oh,
that's why I tell people.
He sounds whiny.
I would say, and I've said, and I'm gonna say this right now to the people. I've done so many bed bucking videos over the years. He is the only one that I have to give a disclaimer to before I play the video because I know his voice is like nails on a chalkboard. I have to give the disclaimer before he starts to talk. And I always preface it with this. I always say this. Y'all probably saying this saying, "Oh, Torian, you talking about Lil Tiny Terry again?" I'm like, yeah, because one, he is so easy to debunk. It's very therapeutic and entertaining to talk about this dude. As a matter of fact, he is one of the people where it helps me get my roast game up because he's so easy to roast. Whether it's anything that he does or anything that he says, it's so easy. He's such an easy, and he makes himself a target. He does that intentionally. That's why I haven't blocked him. I said, once this man goes away, like say Paris Denard, then I won't talk about him again. Because at that point, what would be the point?
You don't think she's gonna try to make a comeback?
Who?
Paris Denard.
Oh nah, he's done. I think he tried to make one, but that it didn't work. He was like, it's like he just kind of popped up and he never came back. But wait a minute, hey, KG, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna drop you down right quick because I know you probably still got some more stuff to say, but I do have two other people that do want to come up.
All right, go ahead.
All right, KG will be back, y'all. David, what's going on?
Hey, brother Tarian, what's happening?
What's going on?
What's up to you and the family chat? This man is ridiculous, and I just can't understand these people acting like they didn't know what's going on. All the things he's doing, he said he was gonna do. All they do is look at Project 25, and you notice recently, he and the Rubio fell walking up the Mount Force One steps, but the media is not covering the same way they did with Biden.
I'm glad you said that. And again, shout out to KG, who's there. That's how I found out about it. And I'm looking at him like, okay, what am I about to look at? And sure enough, he did. And I'm telling you, them online news outlets wasted no time because after KG posted that video of him going up the Air Force One steps and him tumbling like that, I went on to Google and just typed in some keywords, and sure enough, they already had like 3 articles up for like the past 30 minutes. One of the first ones I saw came from Yahoo with him, and I had took a picture of it and I had sent it to my parents. They was dying laughing at his facial expression when he was trying to catch himself going up them stairs.
It's like those Air Force One steps there. We don't take no pity on seniors, whether it be buying or you. And then you notice too, he's been quiet about. Remember before he got back in office, he claimed he was going to try to change the names of the military bases back because they changed them all under the Biden administration. But he can't do that because the Biden administration changed the name of the Army bases to respectable soldiers with Medal of Honors and Purple Hearts and stuff like that. So he got mad because he can't change that. But what they're trying to complain about recently is they're trying to name a ship after that politician, the gay politician Harvey Milk. And they complain about that, not because he's LGBTQ, but I didn't even know that Harvey Milk actually served in the military. So they complaining about him not because of his military service and they want to name the ship after him. I think it's the aircraft carrier. They complaining because he's LGBTQ and they don't like that.
Yeah.
These people are nuts. You know?
Yeah.
And like I said, and one of the things I never forget about Trump before he got elected the first time, what he said. And the people, and I always can remember the crowd's reaction, and they laughed about it. When he stood on that stage, I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been an hour, and he said publicly on the mic, "I love the poorly educated. We're the smartest people. We're the most loyal people," and they just cheered and laughed.
And you know, when he said that, that reminded me of what LBJ said back in the day. That quote that he said. Now it's funny how they can quote the one that he did about black people. They can quote that one all day, but they fail to remember. Oh, they don't. They know they remember, but they fail to acknowledge the one he had about them, about the one about picking the pocket. That was about them. So really, what Trump did, he remixed it and said that he loved the poorly educated or the people that aren't so bright, whatever it is he said. That's just a revamped version of that. And they basically fulfilling the statement that LBJ said way back when.
And
that one's still flowing today.
Yep, and LBJ grew up as a poor man in some of that town in Texas. I think it's near Catula, Texas, but he grew up poor in Texas. But Trump grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth, and and they both know how to manipulate people,
Yeah.
Yep. But I just it's just killing me. I'm just watching. I've been on a binge for like the last 24 hours, and my YouTube feed on videos been popping up with the Latinos, with the blacks from Black MAGAs, with the whites, all of them complaining about Trump now and asking where the black people at, and I'm just watching them and binging out and laughing my behind off. I'm doing like Sister Nietzsche thing, sitting there with my popcorn and watching it all.
asking where we at. I know where I'm at, and that's not anywhere near all of that. Even in the thing is, I couldn't even be out there anyway because I'm nowhere near LA. But if I was, I would be somewhere minding my business.
Thank you.
Doing what I'm doing right now. I'm not getting involved in that. Don't be calling on me. Listen, you better call God. Don't call me.
Thank you. And then the stupid part about it is, like that guy that just they just brought back from El Salvador, the one they say they wrongly shipped over there. They shipped him over there, deported him illegally, brought him back, and now they about to charge him. That Garcia dude. Now he got illegally deported, and now he's coming back to be charged in America for.
Yeah, and also I don't know if y'all heard, and this actually I think happened over the weekend, because ironically I was out there in April. Did y'all hear about? And this is for you and anybody in the chat. Did y'all hear about what happened in Vegas? There was a two people got taken out on
two YouTubers
on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yep, that was
by the Bellagio.
There was two YouTubers that were beefing with each other. Two YouTubers that had I think one of them one of these channels had like 22,000 followers, and the other one had like 19,000. So they were small numbers, but they were building up their channels. And there was two YouTubers. I can't remember their names because the story is going out about them. More people are covering it. They started beefing with each other online. Then they said it escalated because one of them talked about the other one, the way he looked, and he talked about his wife, and it escalated from there. And then the dude said he was gonna meet him, come out there in Vegas and meet him, and he came out there in Vegas and waited for him. I guess the dude posted that he was going to some event near the Bellagio, and he saw it, and he came out there to the event and waited for the dude to show up. And when the dude showed up, he shot him and his wife.
Yeah, and took both of them out. And I think he just turned himself in today. The reason I brought that up is because it was one of them south of the Bordarians. I think they said his name was Manny Ruiz or something like that.
Yep, he was a Latino. He was a Latino, and he shot the dude was black. I can't remember what the dude's wife looked like because I never seen his wife, but I think the dude was a black man. I know that the dude that shot him, he was a Latino dude. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But they said, what they had been beefing for a while, and once the guy brought up his wife, the way he looks at his wife, he just for some reason if he brought up his wife until he said that's when he lost it. He kept going at it, and he posted that he was going to be at that Bellagio in Vegas, and oh boy, he just basically followed him and just was waiting out there for him to show up, and he showed up, he just shot him. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But I just wanted to get on in and give my 2 cents, Tari. And, I know you got another person coming up that you got to bring up, so I'm getting on out here.
Appreciate you coming up. Shout out to David for coming up. And next up, we got Panther Strike. What's going on?
What's up, Tari and Rain? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Hold up. Is this your first time coming up here?
No. Because remember, I've always had the technical difficulties coming up.
Oh, okay.
And,
that's what
brother, I've been listening to you since day one. And love and appreciate what you're doing, brother Tari. Two names I want to throw past you guys. Nick Fuentes and Nuri Martinez.
Yep.
Yes.
Familiar with both of them.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in their houses just to see their reactions to all of this, especially Nick Fuentes. And everybody knows he's the I think he's Mexican.
Well, here's the thing. When he got when that thing happened last year with his house, when that person came to his house, 2 people came to his house. One of them was a woman and the other was a guy. I'm still stuck on the guy that came to his house, to his doorstep with a crossbow. I mean, not a power tool. He came with a whole crossbow. He was ready to take. He was ready to take his head off. But when the cops came to the door and they was interviewing him, because the video it's somewhere online, and they were asking about it, Nick Fuentes, for the first time ever, actually acknowledged his Mexican heritage. Because up until that point, he always claimed to be white. So that's why I was like, that's why it always threw me off when he said that I'm Mexican. I was like, really? I never, as long as I've known about this dude, ever hear him claim his Mexican side.
Absolutely.
Ever, up until that point.
Absolutely. This is it's a shame that you're clicked in with some of the most violent people that we've even been in a safe way with. And you're clicked in with these people, but you're ashamed of who you are. You're ashamed of your lineage. But it's not surprising. And I also think about who said Enrique Ontario.
Tario, yeah. Now he couldn't pass. He could not pass.
No. There is no. I think Gavin McGinnis, he's using him just like a mule, funneling drugs into a prison, just for the sake of keeping himself out of the limelight. But everybody knows that Gavin McGinnis is the #1 Proud Boy, and yet another violent individual. But we're seeing all these people. We're seeing MAGA just come apart, pissed off. Look, the last guy that you featured here, you've got all this entitlement. You have this entitlement, and if we go back right quick to the draft riots, the Irish went off because Lincoln said, hey, look, y'all going to have to do something for this country if you're going to come here. And, we say, give us your tire, give us your poor. So all these Irishmen coming into the country, and when come time for them to pledge of allegiance to the very country that embraced them over top of us, they go buck wild. You know, they just go buck wild. So when things are asked of them, like we're seeing this little fat white boy that you just showcased, it's clear that it's clear that you know that these are the folks that say, wait a minute, Trump, we on the same side, baby. You know, you forget them Negroes. I mean, you know, we're on the same side. But see, they put their faith in a man that don't even give a damn about them. And he doesn't. He's made himself clear over the years, even back in the late 80s, early 90s. Trump cares nothing about, if you are not a rich individual, he'll use you.
And that's exactly what that's exactly what it did. That's what I said. Y'all elected a personality,
right,
a business person and a celebrity of sorts into the highest office in the land.
Yes.
What did you think was going to happen? I mean, you're talking, see, they was, like I said, they were so wrapped up in his celebrity and all of that, especially in that first term.
Yeah.
So they thought was that what he was doing in that first term was going to carry over into the second term. I said that's not happening. And then you got to think about it. I'm like, you got to think there was a gap between the first term and this term because he didn't get reelected. So there was a 4-year gap in between. So who knows what it would have been like if he got reelected like right after and Biden didn't win. We don't know we'll never know now because it didn't happen. But I said then, without even having to just wonder, I said when he get back in this second term, he's not going to be the same one Trump that y'all had back in 2016. Nope. I said the honeymoon is over.
Yeah.
Y'all at this point, y'all getting ready to head for divorce court.
Right.
If y'all not there already.
Right. We've been separated now. It's time for them to sign the divorce decree. And sometimes that can be a good thing. I mean, when I signed mine, I went when I left DC government, DC Superior Court, and after I signed my divorce papers, I went skipping. I went skipping. I had me a big steak, and you would not believe it, but this is we're about to see, you know, more infighting, and the fabric is it's torn. It really is. The sovereignty of MAGA, and now we have what's going on out here in LA. We've got that, and people are like, you know, like, hey, Mr. Trump, you know, Mr. So my man done already called out the Marines. So simplified to all my Marine Corps brothers and sisters out there, but he done already called out the Marines. So we know that little party is over with. But Torian and everybody, this isn't nothing new, because why is it that we were telling these people, don't trust this guy. Don't trust this guy. We were telling these people that this is not what it seems. Now, you can have your anti-Black resentment against us all you want, but when the time comes for you to face the reality, like what's happening in California, why are you so surprised? Okay, why are you so surprised? But lastly, I want to send a shout out to the brothers and sisters out in California, because we've been getting, Tori, and I've been seeing videos of these people actually pissed off at us, you know, shooting out the N-words. How come them N-words ain't out here with us? Yep. You know, I've seen about last night was my 11th video of these people hurling the N-word about FBAs, about us not being out there with them. And thank God, listen, everybody stay out of it. We got our own issues. The couch is our power tool, as Professor Black Truth said, always carry your steel. And part of our steel arsenal is that couch. Let's use that couch come midterm elections. And trust me, you want to see a show? Hold on, FBAs. You are going to see a show past the midterm election. Well, it's leading up to that. Because look at Karen Bass and Newsom is out there just losing their minds. Like, you can do this peacefully, and you can do this.
Too late. Too late.
It's too late. It's too late. But listen, brother, glad to talk to you. I'm glad everything is going well. Folks back in DC, Maryland, Virginia, miss and love y'all dearly. But everybody have a wonderful night. I'm going to sit back and let some folks get on up in here because this is a great broadcast. As usual, let's keep the conversation going. But let's also be proactive during these election times, because it's one thing to vote, but get involved in the process, okay, in the total process. And if there's nothing on the table for us, FBAs, you know what to do. The couch.
Right. Appreciate you coming up. B1. Shout out to Panther Strike for coming up. All right, we're going to bring KG back up to the stage. What's going on?
I'm just over here researching these MAGA. Oh, MAGA. Oh, by the way, you might like to know they're starting to turn on Charlie Kirk again. I like it.
Well, it would be nice if they could turn on Charlie Kirk and they actually stick with it consistently to the point where he's ran out of town. But we know that ain't happening anytime soon.
Yeah, they're starting to side with Gavin Newsom. I don't know what that means. But isn't he supposed to be working with the military?
Who?
Charlie Kirk. Remember he got that DEI position?
Oh, I don't be keeping up with Charlie.
Yeah, he got to do something with the Air Force. He's like basically in charge of recruitment.
Speaking of the military, you know where they're gonna be at this upcoming weekend.
Oh yeah, I know. I started seeing
I'm not going anywhere near that. Listen, DC this Saturday is going to be a detour nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm not going anywhere near that.
I saw some tanks being transported around here.
Mm-hmm. I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
They already have some military personnel brought in, and they had them I think some of them been here since like last month out there at Andrews. And Andrews Air Force Base is for those who are not familiar with DC, Andrews Air Force Base, that's like the main base where the president typically goes because it's one of the more closer bases in proximity to DC. It's like I'm sure if you're not from here, you probably heard of Andrews. That's because that's the base where the president typically goes a lot. And Andrews from me is like about a 10-minute drive. I know exactly where I've been to Andrews Air Force Base. It's been years, but I went there for the air show years ago.
But somebody was like, with that whole Riley Gaines, Simone Biles dust up.
Oh yeah,
he had to say something about how she quit.
I thought you was going to do a part 2 to that.
I was, but it was a day off, and naps are underrated.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I saw your part 1 of that.
Yeah, But somebody said, he said, unlike you, Riley never quit when things got hard. Then somebody came back around and talking about, well, you dropped out of community college.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, so I put it in the chat for y'all so y'all could go read it.
Can you put it in the back chat because I can't click the link?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And that's you know what? That's a common story with a lot of those quote unquote conservatives, especially the PC ones. A lot of them are college dropouts. Charlie Kirk, Matt Walsh, Candace dropped out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where's she now?
Mm-hmm.
They make it too easy. I mean, he went all the way over to Cambridge, Oxford University, and got destroyed by college students.
Yeah, I'm looking in the replies too. Someone said, and Charlie Kirk started TPUSA, which is now the largest youth/grassroots organization in the United States. That's not saying much at all.
And first off, that's a lie. He didn't start it. He got bankrolled.
Someone else says, because it's pointless, look where he is now. He's a multi-millionaire public figure who's close to the president. Okay.
AKA celebrity.
And someone else said, and yet he can debate better than most educated degree holders. He goes to college campuses. Like, I still have yet to see Charlie Kirk actually debate someone in his peer group.
Remember he did, though, when he went to CPAC that one year and old Chunk Yogurt asked him a question. He flipped out on stage. He started yelling at him.
Yeah.
He can't debate no adult.
Oh, look, and of course, Joey Manorino, aka Laverne, said he has, and someone said, they said, and has more money than you. So basically, all these replies are saying that he has more money, he's a multimillionaire, he's close to the president, and he debates children. Okay.
And MAGA, I thought y'all were making America great again.
But the thing of the matter is, he still dropped out of college, and he's talking about, unlike you, Riley never quit. But you quit. You dropped out. Dropping out is literally quitting.
Right. You dropped out, and then you couldn't even get into West Point.
And you dropped out of community college. That's the worst part. I can understand if you dropped out of like a 4-year school, but you dropped out of a 2-year institution. That is crazy.
Yeah. And have nothing to show for it.
How long did he do there? A year? A year, maybe?
Was it like a semester and a half or something?
Not even a year. Okay, then. He didn't even do a whole year.
Mm-hmm. And here we are. Y'all praising this man who did number of rage content. You're praising an influencer. But then y'all gonna go knock influencers when they do dumb shit on film. Y'all are praising somebody who said I was gonna expose MLK and still hasn't exposed him. It's been almost a year.
And it's crazy because I'm looking at the quoted tweets, and all they can call this woman who said that, which she wasn't wrong because she was very right about it, is calling her remedial. I'm but she wasn't lying though.
Right. I mean, she won them Democrat shows though.
Oh,
but still, she was right.
Okay, that would explain why they said that.
Yeah, for one, she was actually right. So I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, they'll be all right.
They're gonna learn. I'm telling you, November 3rd, 2026 is gonna be beautiful. I might buy a headstone. I might do this.
And the thing is, you've been right about everything so far. So what? Man, I just realized.
You have your supplies. That's what I need to know.
You said no. You said November 3rd, 2026. Why couldn't it be November 3rd, 2025? Remember, it felt like it took forever. It felt like it took us forever to get to November 5th of last year, but then it finally came.
The real kickoff starts this November, though, with Virginia.
What's going on in this November?
The Virginia is electing a governor, and Winston Sears, she might be going against this white woman who's a Democrat, and the white woman might whoop that ass.
Yeah, they don't want no Winston Sears in there.
Oh, they already said they're not gonna vote for her.
Like I said, they do all that tap dancing and they still don't get it. And I said, don't your feet hurt? I know you got blisters and calluses and your toenails are chipped. Like, this is crazy.
They're like, listen, you had a head start and you're not even pushing the agenda. And then you put out that email blast talking about slavery and DEI. And you pissed off most of the base in Virginia, so you in trouble. And Trump, you say you anti-MAGA, so Trump ain't gonna come in and give you a signal boost. So you in trouble. She in trouble for the next 5 months, and I love it. But I'm gonna go eat dinner and go laugh at some more articles.
I'm gonna go look more. Yes.
Okay, very good. Because next month is gonna be problems.
I'm going to be looking at that thing that you sent me about little tiny Terry, because I know he has this is the thing that be getting me with him. He records a whole video and crashes out on the post and probably crashed out in the video as well. Then he's going to retweet himself to boost his stuff even more.
No, somebody cooked him. I don't know why he reposted that. I don't know why he reposted that.
I'm gonna go through these comments so I can see who cooked them.
Boy, you don't know how to debate. You better be quiet.
Who?
Tiny Terry. He responded to that dude that cooked him. He said it's hard to debate with someone that's ignorant. Sir, he literally pegged you to a T. All you are is following a fake ideology and a failed ideology, and you wearing a red hat all day.
What post was that under? I'm trying to see it.
I think I sent it in your back channel. I think it's the third one. It says, why would he repost this on your own page?
Okay. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, he would get cooked. I'm finna give it to the. I'll give it to the family. Y'all need to laugh. Like, why would you do this?
I see a post on here that said he was such a fraud.
Mm-hmm. And notice he still hasn't said anything about that New York Post article.
Someone else said, right.
and
that was last week. Someone else says, I thought you was a quote unquote comedian. Why is everything you talk about related to politics? Because that's all he can talk. Well, he talks about a very he talks a very bastardized version of politics.
It's whatever Trump says.
Someone else said he's funnier when he tries to be serious than he ever has been when he tries to be funny. And it is, because whenever he be crashing out, that is hilarious. Like when I did that live on him was it 2 weeks ago, and he was on there crashing out, that was funny. When he crashes out, that's the only thing funny about Tiny Terry is when he be losing his mind. But when he tries to be funny, like that post said, he's not funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to see who you're gonna dress up as next.
this account that really doesn't like Tiny Terry. It's two of them. One of them is called Grifters Be Gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen their account.
I know Grifters Be Gone.
I think they dislike Tiny Terry more than we do. He said no fear. He said, B, you were literally alone posting from whatever hotel you were squatting in, acting all tough because you are and will never be anywhere near where these protests are. He said, so STF you closeted self-loathing P.
Facts.
This one is another account too that doesn't like him. It's like they be tag teaming with each other when they be going in on him. It'd be so funny. Like whenever I go to a post that he makes, I scroll down because I know somehow they either reply directly to him or one of his little minions, his little quote unquote supporters.
Mm-hmm. These fools don't get it. I'm telling you, when they lose, right, and MAGA get destroyed, he gonna run to Hollywood. You watch what I tell you. It would be so much simpler if he just came out of the closet. It'd be so much simpler.
Someone said, work on your lisp and get back to us.
Oh, by the way, they're starting to expose his company now.
Oh, the little pancake thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the chat when I did the live on him last week or whenever it was, had told me who is over that company.
Yeah,
and why we don't really
that.
Yeah, like why we don't know much like about who this person is and why it's only sold in that store down in Florida and they're the only ones that has it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gourmet Provisions International out there in Pittsburgh. He making it seem like he sourced all this shit himself and he created this shit. No, you're basically taking something generic and slapping your name on it.
Exactly.
I mean, he went on Tim Pool and one of the white boys asked him, "Where's your stuff from?" He couldn't even answer the question. It was hilarious. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, first off, y'all buying pancake mix over the internet that take 30 days to get to you.
And then on top of that, and he always complains that no one's buying his stuff, but he posts stuff like this, and he like I always say, he doesn't properly market his stuff.
Right, but even still, you see the kind of economy we're at. You ain't putting no type of discount.
And of course he says this as a Black American. He loves
now
to throw black. Now he's Black. Remember in the other video, he said, "I'm not Black. I'm an American." He basically did the "I'm not Black. I'm OJ" thing. But now he's saying as a Black American. I keep telling y'all in the chat that's listening.
And that was after he was a Mexican.
This guy don't know. This guy's a chameleon. He don't know what he want to be. At this point, he and Kamala might as well be the same person.
Oh, he loves Kamala Harris. He love her.
Notice that he doesn't. Has he ever imitated her?
No. And I was just about to tell you that. Notice that he didn't imitate her. Plus, he knew what was going to happen. He knew what was going to happen if he did that.
Yeah.
All the Kamala Harris accounts would have attacked him, and then he would be like, "See." I'm like, okay, dude. Show me something. Show me how funny you are. We've seen the stand-up. But that's Pancake Critter.
See, now you done. See, now I might have to end up doing a whole nother reaction video to this clown, thanks to you.
Oh, I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. He's just retweeting everybody that says something about his video.
You mean like something negative about it?
Either or.
Yeah, because he needs the engagement.
I guess. Because the political posts don't be hitting on shit.
They really don't. He has to go and attach himself to something that's very controversial in order to get the engagement that he wants.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat dinner.
All right. Appreciate you coming up.
Yes, sir.
What'd you say?
Y'all stay safe and make sure you have your stuff. Oh yeah, Mansa Musa, that his stand-up is on YouTube. Is the worst 24 minutes you ever heard.
And it is trash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I appreciate you coming up.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, shout out to everybody that came through. This was a very good stream, like a good conversation, even past the video. I'm glad that we was able to elongate the stream because it would have been real short because the video was short. But shout out to everybody that came up and spoke. The next live will be on Wednesday, but of course, y'all know y'all going to get 2 videos tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna say this right now. The second video, y'all gonna love that second video. When I first saw it, I loved how that played out. And I'm sure that y'all are going to love it too. Also, of course, we still have the Black Music Month poll still going. We had the one today, which was best soundtrack song. Shout out to everybody that voted in that particular poll. I think that was the most voted in poll so far that I've done so far since I started. Of course, there will be a new poll going up tomorrow on here, Twitter, Threads, Patreon, and in my Discord as well. So shout out to everyone who contributes to that. We're still going to have that ongoing. Black Music Month Jam session at the end of the month on that Saturday. I think it's the 26th or the 28th. Let me make sure to check. The 28th. So with that being said, everybody, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I will talk to you all tomorrow via those pre-records. Be safe, and most importantly, be one.